while I'm doing this, we might as well do a storytelling time. And we're talking about just a favor of God in my life. Recently, like 3 weeks ago, I started hearing like this abnormal noise in my car, and I didn't know really like where it was coming from. So, and I was planning on going home. So I was like, let me go ahead and get this checked out before, I get on this long ride to go home and my car shuts down. So I end up going to the auto shop here in town, and the guy has my car for like almost a week, y'all. Like, I'm calling like, hey, I'm gonna get my car back. He's like, well, man, we're still looking into it, trying to figure out really what's going on. Blase. So a week later goes by, and he calls and he's like, ma'am, we end up finding out what's going on with your car. And I'm like, okay, like, what is it? And he's like, it's an engine problem. And he was like, it's gonna cost like a lot of money, like racks on racks type money to get it fixed. And I'm like, oh, okay. But he was like, what I will say is you can still like drive it around town if you need to, but just know like it's gonna eventually go out. He's like, well, I can't say it's gonna go out, in 1,000 miles or 10,000 miles. So he was like, you can just ride it basically until it goes out. So I'm like, okay, God, like, got my car back. I'm like, God, what do you want me to do about this? I don't really want to spend all this money on an old car when I can really just be getting a new car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that to me just made more sense. But in the same breath, like, my plan was to get a, newer car at the end of the year. I wanted to, like, get a new job and then move and then get a new car, right? So, honestly, the car problem was very inconvenient because it wasn't on my timing, right? So I tell God, like, it's very inconvenient, but God, like, what should I do? Like, should I get a new car, or should I just go ahead and just plus money down for this older car, to get it fixed? Y'all, so while I'm praying like that, God is like, you wanted to do things on your timing. You thought that you could just start over and think, oh, get a new job, then move, get a new crib, and then get a car. That was your plans, not mine. I'm like, huh? God was like, you thought that you could just go with your plan and think it was all gonna work out, and that's not how I see things to be. I'm like, wait a minute, Lord, what you mean? That's not what I was expecting you to say now. Hold on. He's like, you just can't think you can just start over on your own terms. You thought that, having an engine problem was an inconvenience to you, but really was a service to you. And I was like, okay. And he was like, there's some things that you did in your car and with your car that you need to let go of. I said, Jesus, what? So when he was speaking, it literally just made me realize, like, I thought about everything I did with my car when I had my car for the last 5 years. So literally all of college I've had my car, and God knows the things that I did in my car with my car, right? And so he was like, in order for you to really start over, you have to let go of that. Like, you just can't have those spirits that are in your car. You got to let go of all of that. And I'm like, okay, God, I see what you're saying now. And God reminded me of Moses. And he's like, the same way that Moses was able to hear from God because he noticed the burning bush was the same way that I was able to hear from God when I noticed my car had a problem with it. Mind blown. I think a lot of times we really expect God to like move in crazy ways, or like to really just literally tell us exactly, what he wants out of our life, but he really can speak to like anything. Maverick, stop. He can literally speak through anything, and like that was like really what he was showing me. Like, if we really are looking for him and looking to hear from him, he will talk to you. But a lot of us are not looking to hear from God. We're just thinking he's gonna just come down from heaven and just talk to us and show us a big old sign. And there's sometimes that he won't do all that. He will literally have signs to show you and speak to you through those things. So I really just share my story to say that, like, you know, God is speaking to us, but are we actually listening to him? Like, you know, we ask him to talk to us and help us. Are we actually, you know, listening to him, or are we just like thinking he just gonna really come down from earth and talk to us for real, for real? So y'all, God ended up blessing me with a brand new car. I literally carved my dreams, y'all. Like, and that just all goes to say, like, there's a blessing in obeying God's plan and not just your own. Trust God's plan. I love you guys. Mwah.